Hi there, and welcome to our channel. Today we are looking at Garleton Castle, a 16th century courtyard castle located in the very scenic Garleton Hills in Scotland. To the north of the ancient market town of Haddington, behind the Garleton Hills, sits the ruin of Garleton Castle. With an intact crow-stepped gable hall house, a row of modern cottages which incorporate earlier castle material, and the remains of a drum tower with 3 basement vaults set into an angled wall. The drum tower may have been the location of the principal dwelling house, possibly L-plan in form, since these vaults suggest the distribution of weight from several levels above. Built in the 16th century, the present castle almost certainly replaced or incorporated parts of an earlier tower built by the Lindsay family. Locally, the Lindsays also held Byres Castle, Loughness Castle near Aberlady, and lands around Ormiston. It is possibly the birthplace of the poet Sir David Lindsay of the Mount in 1486. He was a Scottish knight, poet and herald who gained the highest heraldic office of Lion King of Arms. His face is depicted on the Scots Monument in Edinburgh. After the Lindsays, the property was briefly owned by the Towers of Innerleithen, but they sold it to the Seton family. George Seton, 5th Lord Seton, bestowed the castle to his 3rd son, Sir John Seton of Barnes, diplomat of King Philip II of Spain's court and master of the royal household and royal bedchamber. He was later the treasurer of King James VI of Scotland. He set about rebuilding the castle, incorporating fabric from the earlier Lindsay Tower, and also including rubble from Byres Castle. Byres Castle appeared to have been dismantled by the English in 1548 to ensure the security of their fortress of Haddington during the Wars of the Rough Wooing, whereby use of the castle's sacking, they hoped to force the marriage of the infant Mary Queen of Scots to the English Prince Edward. The Seton family also suffered during these times with the burning of Seton Castle, Seton Collegiate Church, and the destruction of the L-plan tower house of Winton Castle by the English invaders in 1544. Garleton was built after 1550 and before Sir John Seton's death in 1594. What is misleading about the castle's location today is it wasn't a lonely tower house, but one in a chain of towers that dotted the valley floor. These included Ballincreef and Byres to the west, to the north Kilduff Tower, to the east Athelstaneford Tower and Markel Castle, with Barnes Castle on the Garleton Ridge, also built by Sir John, but it never got higher than vault level before his death. Indeed, locally the ruin of Barnes is still known as the Vaults. Kilduff Tower and Athelstaneford Tower have no traceable remains, though a Castle Dovecot is still around in the present village of Athelstaneford. Garleton Castle appears to have consisted of 3 main buildings of mixed rubble construction: a crow-stepped gable hall house with cannon loops on the south side, a possible L-plan tower house, and a lean-to conical roofed drum tower, also with cannon loops on the north and east corners, respectively. All attached together by a roughly oblong plan courtyard wall. The present south wall linking these buildings is obviously modern, lacking cannon loops, deviating from the local courtyard plan and hindering the fields of fire for the tower gunners. The west wing is completely obscured by the modern cottages, but may well be the site of the courtyard gatehouse, with an outer bridge spanning that approach. For defensive reasons, the entire site would have been surrounded by a deep fortified ditch, thus allowing the castle gunners a clear field of fire in all directions. It is unclear whether these defences were ever put to the test. Certainly, the castles of Innerwick, Hales, Garleton and Tantallon are all mentioned during Cromwell's sacking of Lothian castles after the defeat of the Scots army at the Battle of Dunbar in 1650. Cromwell's actions may explain the disappearance of Garleton's neighbours of Kilduff Tower and Athelstaneford Tower. The Seaton estates were briefly forfeited following the involvement of George Seaton, the 5th Earl of Winton, in the Jacobite Rising of 1715. In 1724, Garleton Castle was sold to James Wemyss, the 5th Earl of Wemyss, by George Seaton, the 3rd Baronet of Garleton. By 1885, the castle is described as a fragmentary ruin. In the 19th century, cottages were built from the castle's stone, incorporating gun loops from the previous building as a decorative feature. The presence of the modern cottages on site highlights the common practice of Victorian builders, who dismantled such ancient towers as Garleton, viewing them as ready-made quarries and failing to appreciate their historical and architectural value. It is said that the ruins are haunted by an apparition of a man, and the sound of heavy footsteps is said to have been heard. The remains of the castle are protected as a Category B listed building and as a scheduled ancient monument. Once again, thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel, like, share and comment on the video. It is very much appreciated. See you next time, and bye for now.